Hello everybody, welcome to a configuration on the Dolphin emulator's Wiimote or GameCube pad. Now you won't be seeing the actual Dolphin screen, but you'll be seeing the gameplay screen and the configuration. You don't need to see the other stuff, there's just the buttons you need to do to configure it. So anyways, first thing you want to do is go to Wiimote. You got the Wiimote up here, and I'm doing this live, not really scripted, but okay, I have it set to emulated Wiimote, so you're going to want to do configure it. Wait, first of all, I'll show you the general, which is not really anything different. But the sensor bar position is somewhat important. I always have it bottom. You can have it top if you want. This is mostly for the real Wiimotes though, so don't really worry about that much, unless you're going to use the real Wiimote. I'll cover that in a bit. So, emulated Wiimote. So, my A button is click 0, which is left click. My B is click 1, which is right click. My 1 is the 1 key. The 2 is the 2 key. My minus is Q. And you know, everything else is respective here. So the home button is my enter key or return. My up, down, left, and right cursors, which is right here, we're showing on my infrared, which is right here, is respective to the actual window. So if you have full screen, it'll be that center. One thing I want to show you guys is setting it. I like setting it to cursor, so if you were to actually click it and use Y, it'll set it to axis. I'm not exactly sure why it does it, at least for me. But the other thing I want to bring up is you need to right click it, or you don't need to, but if you want to set it to cursor, and you're going to want to set it the up to the negatives. So select cursor Y, select, you actually have to press this and then press OK. Your up and downs are your Y's, and your left and rights are your X's. Make sure up's always negative, down's always positive, unless you want to invert it. I don't know who uses that much. I only use it for flying games. Left and right. Your left's always your negative, your right's always your positive. So you see everything's moving smoothly. These right here, center, width, and height, this is going to be important to the mouse cursor, to the window cursor. Let me show you that right now. So that's going to be, yes, my actual mouse cursor is the actual Wiimote thing, so that's why you're seeing two of them. So where my mouse is centered, as you can see, is where the tip of this one is. You can actually fiddle around with that. So let me just show you real quick. If I were to set it to 50, where the mouse would be, the Wiimote's mouse compared to the actual mouse I have. Honestly, I should be using a different mouse cursor, but whatever. So I set it to 50, and it moved a little bit higher. So how you're gonna set it is up to you. I usually have it at 25, so I'm gonna leave it at actually 15. Since I haven't used it with the new monitor yet, but yeah, it seems about centered. You're gonna have to fiddle around with this, so just to let you guys know that. If you're using a GameCube pad, this also follows the same formula. I just not sure exactly. Actually, it's a different configuration, but right now we're talking Wiimote. This is your infrared, buttons, swing. This is for swinging the Wiimote. Tilt. This is for tilting the Wiimote. Shake, shaking the Wiimote. I don't know what the difference between swing and shake is. The D-pad, I have it to up, down, left, right. Threshold's a little bit different, you know, how strong it's going to be. And the most important thing is make sure your input is set to keyboard mouse. If you have something else connected, like a gamepad, you can set it to those two and use those buttons, but that's a little bit different. This is just strictly keyboard and mouse. So as you can see, the mouse is working fine. And the up, down, left, right, I'll show you that in a bit. Let's go to the nunchuck. So here's the nunchuck extension. I have it set to nunchuck, but you can set it to the classic, guitar, drums, or turntable. No idea what the turntable is, but let's talk nunchuck. So let's go to configure. My C stick, my C button on the nunchuck is left shift, and my Z is my C is the left control and my Z is left shift. My up, down, left, right on the nunchuck is my WASD, because I'm a PC gamer. Up, down, left, right. So you can see that's moving around. Up, down, left, right. My swing, which is shaking or swinging the nunchuck, is on freaking nunchuck is my numpad 8. Then down, left, right. You know, 8, 2, 4, 6, I think. Yeah. So as you can see, it's working just fine, and everything's going up. I don't really bother with tilt or shake. I don't think many games use tilt or shake for the nunchuck, but yeah. So if you were to set it to the classic, you select classic, and there you go. You got your buttons. you can set that up on yourself. Left stick, right stick, that's pretty much straightforward. B buttons, that's also straightforward. Triggers, D-pad, straightforward. ZLZR, plus minus home, and so on. So there's that. You can also make a profile. So let's save this one. We call it opaque, flake, teaches, and we just save it. There you go. So if you ever need to set it for a different game, you got it right there. That's about it as far as telling you guys what to do is for controllers for emulated. Let's go to GameCube real quick. So you click GC. Okay, once you finish, make sure you click OK. Make sure emulated Wiimotes and not real or hybrid selected. Again, this is for real Wiimotes. You won't really have to worry about it. So click OK. You're done. Go to GameCube pad. So now here's the GameCube pad for the Dolphin, and I don't have the buttons set to the keyboard here. It's actually my controller. I think it was my Street Fighter 4 or my PS3. I'm not exactly sure. But everything here is pretty mandatory. Self-explanatory, sorry. So your C-stick, the up, down, left, right was set to my right analog stick. Find my PS3 controller. I'll show you guys right now. Let me grab it real quick. So I'm just gonna show you right here. So this is my C-stick. So Z, it considers Z's, not Y's here, because the Y and X is used for the right analog. This is how this controller works. Every controller is different. So Z, 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 C, and it would be showing around here. Up axis, up, down, left, right for the main stick. My buttons, I have A, B, X, Y. Z is probably somewhere over here. LNR is right somewhere right here. L analog and R analog. I think this is for clicking. My the PS3 controller has this, so there's that. The D-pad, you got up, down, left, right. This is it's for most controllers set as hat, so it's up, down, left, right. I don't know how that's looking like on the camera right now, so I can't really tell unless I get up and show you guys. I don't think it will matter. Always make sure your controller is set to whatever you want to use. Right here it says Motion Joy with Virtual Game Controller. This is the program that I use, so you can read the PS3 controller when it's connected. But if you want to use keyboard and mouse, you can set it to that and just start clicking and just set it. I'm not going to change it because I don't want to mess around with this. Rumble, if your controller has a rumble, it'll work. So I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work exactly, because I don't really bother with rumble, but if you find out, good for you. So that's GameCube controller. Pretty straightforward. Now I'm going to go into the real Wiimote. And I can't show you guys right now because that would take a little bit more of a setup, but I can explain it as good as I can. And to do that, I'm gonna have to show you what you need. This I'm actually gonna have to stand up for. Okay, so you can see my shadow and everything because I'm standing right behind the camera, and I still have everything working up here. So I'm not sure which audio I'm going to use for the camera. I don't even know why I'm bothering with this. Anyways, I have real Wiimote selected, and I have configure. You know, this is only for the emulated. You don't have to worry about this. Real Wiimotes already have everything, even the motion sensing set. But there are two crucial things you're going to need other than a real Wiimote. And I forgot the last one. Trip on my chair. Alright, so you need the Wiimote, obviously. What you're gonna use is a Bluetooth dongle. So this is one I have. It's pretty well, can't get it. Well, whatever. This is one I have. This is one I use for my PS3 controller. It's not the same one. I have two of them. But I use one of these for my PS3 controller if I want to play wirelessly and not wireless. And just slack off. I have it marked. I don't know if you can tell. It's red. There's no focus on this camera. But you're also gonna need a wireless infrared sensor. See, wireless. You're gonna put your 4 AAA batteries in here. Once you, it has no USB or anything. This is all that you buy. You can buy these on Amazon. Both of these. This one's about no more than $2, probably like $1.50. This one's about $14 at most. They do ship from Korea. Some of them Hong Kong. Might be a while. But regardless, what you're gonna want to do is, and this is totally different. I'm not gonna explain this, but the best way I can explain it is when you connect this, it's gonna say Bluetooth connected. You're gonna right-click the Bluetooth icon on the bottom right, usually on your Windows. I'm sorry for you Mac and Linux users, I can't do this on the top of my head. You're gonna add a device. When you add a device, remember you have your this is nothing with the emulator right now. You're gonna want to click 1 and 2 when you have added device, because it's gonna be looking for Bluetooth signals. When you click 1 and 2, it's gonna be blinking, and then eventually it's gonna connect to the computer, not the Dolphin yet. So once you got it connected to your computer, you're gonna open up Dolphin and you go here. You're gonna want to press this again. So it's gonna be flashing. You're gonna click pair up, and it's gonna connect the Wiimote to your Dolphin. And once in a while, it might lose signal and everything, so you might have to click refresh. But then you gotta connect it. You just connect your you can just connect the nunchuck, and it'll just work fine. Classic controller works fine. I don't have anything else that adapts. Wii Motion Plus does work fine with it too. I was playing Skyward Sword with it earlier. A little bit laggy though, because I don't think my computer can run it. But it's a good thing I have the extra Wii somewhere. It's up there. It doesn't matter. But yeah, that's it. That's how you do the real Wiimote. I would show you with drivers, but I don't think that's really necessary right now. If you do want to, I can edit this video and re-upload it, including it, but you're gonna have to leave comments for that. Honestly, you can use Google. Google's always your friend, and it will always be your friend. So thanks for watching, guys. If you need any other questions answered that I didn't explain, I can go into that. I just strictly went into controls. I might make an in-depth one later on. I doubt it, because most of these tutorials you can find on Google, and they do a pretty good job. That's how I learned about it. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Take care, keep on gaming, and yeah.
But wait, there's more.
Okay, so I forgot to show you guys the controllers, so it's a good thing you guys were keep on watching. But remember, I said it's 6, 7, 8, and 9, and numpad. They'll be responding easily. So there you go. They're responding. I'm pressing 6, 7, 8. I'm pretty sure you can hear the keys. And everything seems to be responding fine, but this is also a nunchuck Wiimote shake thing. So the shakes are working fine, as you can see, because I left. This is me moving around with the Wiimote nunchuck. I know it's lagging a bit. That's because of the recording program I'm using right now. It's not really fraps. So I'm moving around fine, ducking up, right? I can left click, if you can hear that, and right click. You see he's grabbing. So right here it wants me to hold down. This is gonna be a little bit hard, but let me jump on this guy so I can do it. So he wants me to hold down and shake the Wiimote. This is gonna be a little hard, so I'm gonna use pinky and use my index fingers and gotta move a little bit back. Wasn't even paying attention. So there you go. Everything's working fine the way I showed you guys earlier. Left is my A, B is my grab, as I showed you guys. And everything seems to be working fine other than the emulation and speed and how it's going. I need to set it so it can be more configured. But that's about all there is to it. I really do hope you guys enjoyed it. So there you go.